Hello, I'm Zheng Chang with Xinhua. When 2020 began, we all look forward to a year of peace and prosperity. From the best fireworks London has ever seen, to a celebration for sick children in a Syrian hospital, from diving the North Sea to a spectacular performance in Pyongyang, everyone had made their New Year's resolutions, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary, until a new and deadly virus took the stage and took its toll on our daily lives.
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
Businesses shuttered, schools closed, cities locked down, and everyone called on to stay at home.
A fare barbecue, ma stiamo scherzando? Ma stiamo giocando con la pelle nostra di tutta la cittadinanza.
For some, the COVID-19 lockdown has become a time to reflect and reboot. Have we been in too much of a haste to forget what we have been in a haste for? Do you still remember the steps of cooking your favorite childhood dish, just as this Mexican grandma does? Can I find ways to exercise and stick to them like this Palestinian family that transformed a cave into a swimming pool, or this Greek man who erected a climbing wall in his living room? Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. And for 2020, it was not about waiting for the pandemic to pass, but learning how to prevail against it. Not everyone stayed safe and sound in the shelter of home still. The most unfortunate ones did not make it to 2021, a tragic loss for mankind as a whole, and a stark reminder of how fragile human beings may still be in the face of nature.
If I could make it have a personality, it would be a thief that climbs through the window of your home and infects your family and steals them away because they don't survive.
Meanwhile, there were some who left the company of their families for that of others. That is, nurse in a coronavirus-hit hospital. She could only give her sobbing daughter an air hug. "I'm fighting a monster. We'll be back when we win," she said. Some stood by their loved ones through the darkest of nights, exemplifying what it means to love for better, for worse, in sickness and health, like this 87-year-old man who took good care of his wife, despite both of them being infected with COVID-19. Mother and daughter, husband and wife, these are some of the most age-old relations, yet their meanings have been enriched. And there were some who put their lives on the line for those of others whom they do not even know. It is such people that have created those endless touching moments during the pandemic. A 2-year-old baby having 28 nurse mothers in China. A cosplayer dressed as Spider-Man giving out food to workers in the Philippines. A group of volunteers cooking and delivering free meals to home-isolated patients in Egypt. English poet John Donne has famously taken down, "No man is an island entire of itself." And it is a global scourge like this pandemic that awakens everyone to the fact that in the globalized world, no one can stand alone and everyone can make a difference. Let everyone sweep in front of his own door and the whole world will be clean. Those who stay at home, wear a mask and practice social distancing naturally do their part. Meanwhile, those who lend a helping hand to others in need showcase just how humanity is so much more than the aggregation of its parts. And don't forget the African proverb, "Help me during the flood, and I'll help you during the drought." The world's fight against COVID-19 remains grim still. We do not know when it will end, but when it does, there are things that will remain. The experience of taking good care of yourself, even when self-quarantined. The virtue of supporting each other, be it between friends or strangers. The inspiration of everyone standing up against adversity for a better world. I'm Zheng Chang with Xinhua. These were some of the moments we shared in 2020. Continue to stay with us in 2021.